All right, we're going to turn now to a contentious Senate hearing today focused on that controversial merger between the PGA Tour and Saudi-backed LIV Golf.
Several lawmakers have sounded the alarm about the merger, concerned about it creating a potential monopoly and Saudi influence on an American business, given their abysmal human rights record. Top PGA officials defending the decision.
7 Sports Director Brad Galley joining us now with the latest on this. Brad.
Len and Brian, this controversy has shaken up the golf world. It's had the sports world talking for well over a year. Today, things got tense on Capitol Hill, with critics pointing to Saudi Arabia's human rights record and others saying the merger is necessary. Top PGA officials in the hot seat on Capitol Hill Tuesday, defending their plan to merge with Saudi-backed LIV Golf, framing the agreement as the only way to defend the PGA Tour from an attack by LIV.
Instead of losing control of the PGA Tour, we pursued a peace.
The planned merger between the two former rivals caught many off guard. The commissioner of the PGA Tour, Jay Monahan, has openly criticized LIV over the last year. Players who previously joined LIV were forced to resign from the PGA Tour, and the two leagues had been locked in a legal battle. Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal blasting the agreement as a shocking betrayal.
Today's hearing is about much more than the game of golf. It's about how a brutal, repressive regime can buy influence, indeed even take over a cherished American institution.
Blumenthal noting the Saudi government has allegedly supported many of the 9/11 hijackers and other terrorist activities. Families of 9/11 victims who are suing Saudi Arabia say they are deeply disappointed by this deal.
It was very upsetting. It was like a gut punch.
Republican Ron Johnson of Wisconsin defending the PGA Tour's decision.
But no amount of money can wash away the stain of the brutal Khashoggi assassination and other human rights abuses. But it would be grossly unfair to expect the PGA Tour to bear the full burden of holding Saudi Arabia accountable.
PGA Tour officials insist the agreement so far is just a framework, and while the final deal needs to be hammered out, the PGA Tour insists it will retain control over PGA Tour operations. Glenn to Brian.
And we know that there was some other kind of side news that was released out of this today, that there were some side deals that were made as well, including Greg Norman getting the boot from LIV.
And Rory McIlroy, Tiger Woods being included in some of those preliminary talks as being potential LIV team captains. A lot of key players elected not to be there at the Senate hearing today. I'm sure this is just the first step in what's going to be a nasty, nasty talk as we see what happens with all these leagues.
Yeah, a lot to consider.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, Brad.